Boom! At the open, all-time high for the S&P 500.
It's your boy Jimmy. Jimmy.
Now what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil doesn't make up happen.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning I wanna turn on this Becky quick. While the average man looking at this sad like she fine as it. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like 5'6". I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want a stock pick. I know that booty got dry, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's and pushing hot strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater, Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounces. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thumb, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the future, some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and die. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL, make profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. Yeah. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, pull the trigger, and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, and knocked off. and I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up watching them man, make profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETF. Hey, my family. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? And make profits. Hey, Shug, Mike, what we doing? And make profits. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? And make profits.
That TTG money gang.
And making profits.
We some snipers.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. We got a big day in store for you guys here today. HUDI, massive short squeeze. Stock is up, not one, not two, but 300% right now. HUDI, that's where I made my money today. A major short squeeze, but it's all about earnings right now, guys. You got a whole long list of earnings that are coming out right here, right now, at the close. A couple of them have already come out and have already released, and we're going to take you guys right over to that as I'm going to break down the earnings analysis for you guys here today and tell you exactly how I plan on trading a lot of those stocks tomorrow so that we can make money. That is why you're here, to figure out how you guys can make money in this crazy, wild, opportunistic filled market that we find ourselves in here today. My name is Michael Edward, former award-winning hedge fund trader, and now the current head trader at True Trading Group. If you guys still do not know, if you've been living under a rock somewhere, TTG is now the fastest growing and highest rated premium online educational platform that's available today. If you're ready to learn, trade, and profit for real, folks, you've come to the right place. Welcome to our live stream. We go live 6 days, totally free, right here, Sunday through Friday on this YouTube channel where myself, other TTG Pro trading mods, as well as special guests will drop golden nuggets and provide you with free lessons and education that can help you become better traders immediately. So take a moment, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this on your own social media. Let's reach out and educate as many retail traders as we possibly can. That is our goal. But why should you listen to any of the lessons and education that I provide for you guys on these live streams? I didn't figure this stuff out on my own. I've been doing this now for about 17 years, and I began my career working at a fund in New York City. My very first job right out of college in 2007. Then 2008 happened, and that was the Great Recession and the stock market crash, but also the same year that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. And now with my team of 9 other professional trading mods and an over 20-person staff, we've helped thousands of members from all over the world to learn to trade and profit consistently. Like I said, we are the fastest growing and highest rated premium online educational platform that combines university level trading and investing courses with premium stock market tools, workshops, and mentorship on stocks, options, futures, crypto for all styles of trading, swing trading, day trading, even long-term investing. We do it all here in True Trading Group. And you see, we take that university level of education and curriculum and we combine it, we pair it with today's top financial tools that are worth well over $5,000 to $6,000 a year. We give you access to over 10,000 of the TTG members from all over the world, the most educated, successful, helpful community of traders you guys are ever going to find. And of course, the real-time trade alerts from myself and the 9 other professional trading mods have been able to maintain a cumulative win rate of just around 80% now going on the last 2 years. We're a family at True Trading Group, guys. We leave no trader behind. So again, if you are new to this live stream, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you smash that like button. Turn on your notifications. You guys don't ever want to miss out on any of the live streams that we do for you guys here. With that being said, I want to start taking things over to the charts. We got to start talking about some earnings that have just been coming out, but the volatility in this market continues as we are rolling through earnings season on the back of jobs data, on the back of the Fed meeting. You have major data and catalysts that are coming out tomorrow. Today, the market's just kind of digested the big sell-off that we got yesterday. There's a huge reversal after the Fed meeting yesterday. We talked about it yesterday on the live stream. On yesterday's live stream, we kind of went over why you had such a big turnaround yesterday. Why was there such a big discrepancy between the statement the Fed actually put out and what Jerome Powell actually said, and why that made the markets reverse after initially moving to the upside? And how does tomorrow impact the further direction that this market's going to go? You have 2 major catalysts that are coming up in the next couple of days. Tomorrow, your jobs numbers, your unemployment number, and then next week, inflation data. Everybody wants to know, did Jerome Powell just send the market to brand new fresh lows? The data that you are about to get between tomorrow's jobs data and next week's inflation data is going to be able to either paint the picture for the Santa Claus rally at the end of the year, or it's going to be able to paint the picture of if this market's going to make brand new fresh lows before the year is over. So you have these catalysts that are going to be coming up here, guys, and we're going to break it all down and we're going to cover it all for you guys here today. But first, I want to get into earnings. All right? Coinbase is out. All right. Coinbase earnings are out. Coinbase just came out. It is a loss of 2.4. Okay. It is a loss on earnings per share. Ooh, a big loss on sales. Big miss on sales. 576 million. The expectation was 660. So that's a big miss on sales for Coinbase. It is also a miss on earnings per share. Monthly users is also down 8%. So you have a miss on Coinbase. Stock is actually not down all that much. I mean, the stock is down 10% on the day, but only down an extra 3% after the close, after they just came out with a earnings per share loss of $2.43. The expectation was $2.40. So they missed on earnings per share. They missed on sales, and daily active users and monthly active users down as well. Transaction revenue is also a huge miss. This is a massive miss on transaction revenue. 366 million when the expectation was around 460 million, or 480 million rather. That is a massive miss on transaction executions. And guys, honestly, it's just, the fizzle out, of cryptocurrency and some of the craziness of all the crypto altcoins coming back down to earth has kind of left Coinbase. Very similar situation you had with Robinhood. Robinhood came out and Robinhood gave you earnings earlier, and Robinhood, again, seeing daily active users to the downside there on Robinhood. So misses on Robinhood, misses on Coinbase, and that stock is now trading to the downside. What I want to be looking at regarding Coinbase is a major level that you had here at 60. You see this level here at 60, guys, and this is the level that I really want to be paying attention to. And we're going to hit on a couple other companies that earnings have just been flying off. Block is out. Block actually has a beat on earnings per share for Block. So Block is out. Expedia is out. Coinbase is out. But look at this level here on Coinbase first, guys. Look at this level here on Coinbase first. Okay, see that $60 support level? We have now cracked it. We cracked it today. So you watch for that $60 level to be a level of resistance. You have a little bit of a support level down here in the low 50s. And I'm going to look to see if there's a short play opportunity for us on Coinbase. As long as that stock's underneath 60, we're going to continue to try to play that stock to the downside and try to play that stock short to try to be able to capitalize on that to the downside. DoorDash is also out. All right, guys, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to move through a lot of the companies that are coming out with earnings right now. Then we're going to circle back, and I want to go over what the game plan is and how we're going to be trading these stocks tomorrow. So Coinbase is out. DoorDash is out. This stock is actually trading to the upside. DoorDash is, let's get your DoorDash numbers. Let's see here. They beat on revenue, 1.7 billion versus 1.63 billion. Q4 EBITDA guidance is slightly higher than expectations. And their Q4, wow, okay, so just reading through all of their numbers right now. The numbers just came out, guys, on DoorDash. That stock is actually surging to the upside. Their guidance going forward for Q4 is actually above expectations. Their EBITDA guidance is all the way up to the top end of the range of 120 million. The expectation was for 91 million. So that's a big beat there on raising their guidance. And they're also raised their guidance for the marketplace of 14 to 14.2 billion. The expectation was 13.7 billion. So that is a big reason why DoorDash moving to the upside right now, raising guidance for Q4, Block with a beat on revenue, 4.52 billion versus 4.49 billion. That stock trading up 14% right now as Block is now out. A huge beat on earnings per share. Okay, they almost doubled their earnings per share. Expectation was for 23 cents, came in at 42 cents. 42 cents on their earnings per share. Total revenue is actually a slight miss. Total revenue is actually a slight miss, but that's a huge beat on earnings per share. So they're able to control those costs. Big beat there on earnings per share for Block, formerly known as Square. And that would bode well. I would say that was probably going to bode well maybe for PayPal, guys. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The total revenue for Block, adjusted number, 4.52 billion, expectation 4.48. So that is a slight beat on revenue and a huge beat on earnings per share for Block. This is a stock that we added in our long-term portfolio back there on June 17th. So it's nice to see Block holding itself together, holding and establishing support at those previous lows. Taking some notes right now, guys, just as we come out with all of these things, because this is going to be my whole game plan for tomorrow. This is how we're going to make money tomorrow. Square or Block, Coinbase, DoorDash. These are all the stocks I'm looking at trading here tomorrow. You got Twilio is out with earnings. Expedia is out with earnings. Twilio is getting beat. Is getting beaten down right now, guys. Twilio to the downside, actually, but it's on a beat. Okay, so Twilio beat on their Q3 earnings, but weak guidance. Weak guidance. They have moved their guidance for Q4 lower, and that is why Twilio trading to the downside here. This is really what investors care about right now. Investors care about right now. Okay, even though Twilio beat on revenue, 983 million versus 972 million, it's all about the guidance. Okay, it's all about guidance. They beat Q3 revenue, but they guided weak for Q4. Investors do not care about what you did the last 3 months. They care about what you're going to do the next 3 months. Everybody knows that the economy is starting to slow. These companies, are starting to change and adjust their guidance for a bit of a slowdown. And investors want to know, how much of a slowdown are you anticipating? And that is why you can have a stock that misses on its Q3 earnings, but raises guidance for Q4, and the stock moves to the upside. Vice versa, you can have a situation like Twilio, where Twilio and PayPal numbers are also just out right now, where Twilio actually beats on revenue for Q3, but lowers guidance going forward, and the stock actually gets hit by 16% now. Twilio moving to the downside. Let's touch on Expedia now. Expedia, that is moving to the downside. They beat on revenue, 3.62 versus 3.6 billion. Starbucks is also out. Guys, this is a massive day for earnings. As you guys can see, I'm having a hard time even keeping up as I'm trying to go through these numbers with you as all these stocks are coming out with earnings. That's a beat for Starbucks. So Expedia, let's go back through Expedia. Gross bookings up 28% year over year. That's not all that much of a surprise. So Expedia missed on earnings per share, 394 versus 402, even though it was a very, very small beat. Very small beat on sales for Expedia. So having a tough time controlling costs. Having a tough time there controlling costs for Expedia. Let's go on over now. Let's see. I want to cover maybe some. Let's cover Starbucks. Let's cover Starbucks here now, guys. Starbucks is also now out with earnings. They beat on earnings per share, 81 cents versus 72 cents. They beat on sales, 8.4 billion versus 8.3 billion. I'm happy to say I contributed to that. I have my Starbucks all the time. Let's see here. They surpassed 6,000 stores in China. That pushes their global store count now to a brand new record of 35,711. That's pretty crazy. That's a lot of stores. Starbucks has 35,711 locations around the globe. That is nuts. That is absolutely nuts. Stock is muted here after hours. That's not really necessarily a major event there for earnings on Starbucks. I mean, they're kind of right in line with the expectations. There really isn't a massive beat, a massive miss, or a massive adjustment to guidance going forward for Starbucks. Let's move over now to PayPal because this one is significant. All right, let's move over now to PayPal. This stock's getting chopped up a little bit here, guys. PayPal beat on earnings per share. Why is this stock moving downside? This is strange. Okay. Here we go. They raised guidance, number one. Earnings per share, $1.08 versus 96 cents. Sales of 6.8 billion versus 6.82 billion. Raised guidance. They adjusted their Q4 expectations. Oh, they only raised guidance for EPS, not revenues. That's why. Okay, so they actually adjusted their net revenue for. Okay, so here was what we have. Q4, they adjusted their earnings per share, which was $1.18. They moved it from $1.18 to $1.20, but their net revenues, they moved down to 7.35 billion. The expectation was 7.74 billion. So a significant drop there to the downside on net revenue expectations for Q4. And that is why you're getting such a big move to the downside there on PayPal. Again, guys, it's all about the guidance. If you adjust your expectations for the next quarter, you adjust those expectations down, you're getting punished for it right now. You're getting punished for it. Right? It's all about the guidance. It's not so much about what your earnings were. It is all about the guidance. And that is why PayPal is now trading to the downside. This is a absolutely insane day for earnings, guys. You've had Block, Coin, DoorDash, Twilio, Expedia, Starbucks, PayPal. I mean, this is just an insane day for earnings. I got to tell you, I'm surprised that PayPal is getting hit as much as it is. They added 2.8 million active users. So they actually added 2.8 million users. That is incredible. And the stock is really getting hit. I feel like that's not a fair move to the downside there on PayPal. Their earnings are not that bad. Even with that guidance adjustment, I don't think it's really that bad. I feel like that stock might be a little overdone there to the downside on PayPal. Cloudflare is also out. This is another one. This is one of those cloud computing, these cloud software companies, which have been getting beaten up here lately. NETE, they're out with earnings, and the jury is a slight beat on sales, 254 million versus 250 million. Earnings per share of 6 cents versus 0. Let's see. I don't know why the stock. I think that some of these stocks are getting unfairly hit to the downside, guys. Cloudflare, I don't see a reason in their earnings for that stock to be down 11% right now. They did not adjust anything really in their Q4 expectations. They actually raised their earnings per share from it was 1 cent. They raised it to 4 to 5 cents. Their sales expectations are 273.5 million and 274.5 million. The expectation was 273.6, right in line with that expectation. Total sales, the expectation 971 million. Their guidance 974 to 975, so slightly higher, basically in line with expectation, if not slightly higher. I don't see a reason why Cloudflare is trading down 11%. I think that seems like a little bit of an unfair beatdown on some of these stocks that have been coming out here with earnings. And what I want to do here now is I want to go back through a lot of these stocks that have just come out with earnings, and I want to hit on exactly kind of what the game plan is here for a lot of these stocks going forward. Those are kind of the bigger names. Those are kind of the bigger names that I see. These are kind of the bigger names that I see. Live Nation's also out with earnings. I expected that to kind of be moving to the upside. I mean, they're coming off of like a zero-sum number from obviously, COVID numbers. But I really like this support level there on Live Nation. We have a lot to get into here today, guys. So I hope you guys are ready. If I was you, I would get something to write with. I would get a pen. I'd get a piece of paper. I'd get something to write with here because we have to go through a lot of these different earnings. See if it has any effect on the SPY. Nah. SPY just kind of sitting there, just kind of being quiet. And then I'm watching this HUDI still. This is the stock that I traded today, guys. This is where I made my money today. HUDI, massive short squeeze. Stock's up 250%. Kind of was HKD-esque today. But this is the environment that we find ourselves in. It's like there's opportunity here in every single corner of this market, whether you're trading small caps, mid caps, large caps, stocks, options. If you're looking at commodities like oil and natural gas, or even wheat, we've been trading wheat. One of our moderators has said, it's not just me, there's 9 other professional traders, but one of our pro trading mods was in wheat. Wheat's been moving around like crazy because Russia was exiting the wheat deal, then back into the wheat deal. There's been a lot of opportunity, a lot of volatility in commodities, but it's really any area of the market that you guys look at, you have just tremendous volatility and just tremendous opportunities. And now you see some of the moves that these stocks are making as we're coming through here with earnings. These are some huge moves that you guys are seeing right now in some of these earnings reports that have been coming out here. These are some of the biggest names out there. It doesn't get much bigger than this. I mean, DoorDash is up 21% on the back of earnings, 21%. And then you take a look at PayPal's down 16%. Twilio is down 20%. Guys, these are large companies whose stocks are moving 20% in the blink of an eye, like they're small caps. You take a look at some of your mega cap tech companies. You take a look at Alphabet, right? You take a look at Microsoft. You take a look at Amazon. These stocks are down 20% in a matter of a week. You know, it's like that's the size of the moves that some of these stocks are making and the opportunities that are out there for us as active traders to be able to trade this stuff. You guys have to stop sitting back. And I'm telling you this right now. If you guys are watching this live stream, and again, make sure you guys get a pen and paper or something to take some notes with, because I want to go over with you all of my trading plans for the stocks that just came out with earnings. You guys can ask me some questions in a little while as well. But Block, Coin, DoorDash, Twilio, Starbucks, PayPal, these are all stocks that I'm probably going to be looking at trading for tomorrow. So I want to go over with you what my plan is on all of those names and tell you how I plan on making money on those stocks tomorrow. But as you're sitting there watching stocks like Amazon or Alphabet or Microsoft, which are some of the most owned stocks by retail investors, and people are watching those stocks move to the downside, or you're watching your 401k, move to the downside. That's actually hilarious. I love that. Very well done, Adam. Very well done. That's amazing. That is amazing. When you break out the cost of the True Trading Group membership, it is $3.15 a day. And you break out the cost of, one of these fancy drinks from Starbucks, and it's $8 for one drink. And that drink will last you a whole 30 minutes. And you buy it with a smile on your face. And then here you go, your True Trading Group membership. That would cost you just over $3 a day. And they cry. Guys, there's never been a better time for you guys to start learning what's going on in this market. The market is going through a radical shift and a radical change that you have not seen in 14 years. For the last 14 years, this market has been run and controlled and led by mega cap tech. It's been led by the Apples, the Amazons, the Facebooks, the Googles. It's been led by those type of companies. Not just those type, it's been led by those companies very specifically, because those were the 5 biggest companies in the entire S&P. Many of those companies have currently still, or just used to previously have, $1 trillion plus market caps on their valuations. They're the biggest companies in the world. And that is what moved the market. As those stocks went, as did the rest of the market. And it's been that way for 14 years. But there is a shift going on in this market as interest rates begin to rise to the highest levels that interest rates have been at since 2008, since before interest rates went down to zero, and since before you had the very beginning of your mega cap tech rally that has led this market. There is a shift that has been going on over this entire year, and a rotation out of leadership from technology stocks stocks and into other value names, which is why last year at the end of 2021, we sold out of our tech stocks in our long-term portfolio in September and October, while those stocks were still right near their all-time highs. And then what did we do this year? We looked for energy companies, Exxon, Chevron, Occidental, ConocoPhillips, which made a new all-time high today. Okay, Devon Energy, Pioneer Resources, Marathon Petroleum. These are all oil companies that we ended up buying earlier this year. January 2nd, I published a 16-page report labeling the energy sector as my number one sector pick for the entire year. And those stocks are all sitting up near their all-time highs. If not all-time highs, then at least 52-week highs, depending on which ticker symbol it is that you're looking at. But these are stocks that are up 50, 60, 70, 80, 100% when you take a look at them. All you got to do is pull up a chart of some of these stocks. Okay, look at a chart of Chevron. Are you kidding me? Look at a chart of ExxonMobil. Look at this. Look at that chart. There is a new shift, ladies and gentlemen. And if you are not learning to identify this shift, you are going to be left behind. This is a tremendous opportunity for people to be able to not just make money as markets move to the downside, so you're not just a prisoner to your long-term portfolio, but this is an opportunity for you to recognize a shift in leadership that has been in place for 14 years. And if you are still sitting back thinking that Alphabet and Amazon and Microsoft are going to be leading this market, then you are wrong. You're seeing the same type of price action that you saw over the last several years in those big mega cap tech names. You're seeing that price action in other areas of the market like energy. Like energy, we still own these stocks in our long-term portfolio. We will continue to own these stocks in our long-term portfolio, most likely well into next year. And I'm going to collect a sexy ass dividend on the back of a 50, 60, 70% gain on share price. Because every single year, and I'm going to do it again this year, but at the end of every year, I put out a yearly outlook where I show my TTG members and I go over with them. I tell them exactly what I'm doing with my long-term portfolio, exactly where I am putting money to work. What am I selling? What am I buying? What do I think is going to perform well next year? That's what we did last year. It was the energy sector, and it turns out to be the best performing sector this year by far. I have an entire game plan on what I think is going to be happening next year. I will also be putting out a detailed full report at the end of this year for my teaching members only. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not going to share it with you guys here on the YouTube channel. This is for members only, with where and how I am adjusting my long-term portfolio and what areas of the market I believe are going to be leaders next year. Everybody's worried about a recession. I'm going to be telling you exactly what I think is going to be happening next year and where to be putting your money to work, where I'm going to be putting my money. It's up to you guys. Do whatever you want with yours. But I give my guidance and I tell everybody what I'm doing with my own money that helps you make better decisions for yourself. Fantastic, great, excellent. That's what I'm here for, and that's what I'm here to do. All right? But you guys have to realize that the volatility that's out there in this market, this is the time for you to be learning. You know, some people are sitting here, but they're worried about what's going to be happening next year. People are talking about all the chances of a recession. And well, if you guys are worried about a recession, you need to be doing something about it now. You're worried about, you keep hearing, oh, well, yeah, companies are going to start laying people off. Oh, I'm worried about my job. If you're going to be worried about that kind of stuff, you need to do something about it now. You didn't have an opportunity to prepare in 2020 when COVID hit. During COVID, from one day to the next, your business was closed, you were fired, laid off, or furloughed, whatever it is. Your income went from normal to zero literally overnight. You had no warning whatsoever. You had no way to prepare. You don't have to do that now. But you need to be taking action, not 6 months from now. You need to take action now. I believe we're going to have a recession next year. I just think it's going to be a mild one. I don't believe it's going to be this, a massive, deep, severe recession like you had in 2008, 2009. I don't believe it's going to be like that. I just think the labor market is just way too tight. It's way too strong. And I know it's going to soften. I expect it to soften. It has to soften, but I just think it's way too strong for anything like that to happen. So I think you're going to have a mild recession next year. And I think it's something that is necessary. And I think it's something that is needed in order to help bring down inflation. And the Fed told you yesterday, they're willing to have a recession in order to bring down inflation. And I think that's exactly what you're going to get. Who here is on this live stream right now that is not a member of True Trading Group? I want to know right now, if you're not a member of True Trading Group, type the letters TTG in chat right now. If you guys are not a member of True Trading Group, type the letters TTG. I want to see who's on the live stream right now that's with me right here. that's trying to get themselves ready and prepared for what is going to be some pretty crazy catalysts that we have coming out here, because tomorrow's jobs numbers, and then next week you've got inflation, and you have the possibility of this Santa Claus rally that I've been talking about. And that Santa Claus rally is something that we got to be paying attention to. The next 2 weeks, those catalysts that come out are going to determine whether or not I think we're going to be getting that rally. All right, let's see. Who do we have? Jonathan Wilson. We got Tabitha, Linda, Morgan, Mike, Jacob, Jobert, Bavia, Courtney, the other Donald. Let's see what we got here that's not a member of True Trading. Guys, go ahead and type the letters TTG. You guys are not members of the family. All right, guys. So great. Welcome all of our new members that are joining us live. Yellow Tang, Timothy Blue. All right, guys. Awesome. All right, guys. Welcome. Welcome to the TTG fam. All right, guys. I'm just going to see if we have some more companies that are coming out with earnings as we are going through this. So, guys, listen up. All the people that are sitting here that are typing TTG, I want you guys all to understand something here. I want to show you something real quick. Everyone that's typing TTG, I want to show you something. You're dealing in a year right now. You're dealing in a market environment right now where what worked for people last year and what worked for people for the year prior and for many years prior to that is not working this year. Mega cap tech is the weakest area of this entire market, and that has always been the strongest area of this entire market. But there's a lot of other areas of this market where stocks are sitting up at all-time highs, which is the reason why the market is down only about 20% right now on the year. It feels a lot worse than that. I know. I understand it does, because it's because you're in the wrong stuff. Yes, you have some stocks that are down 50, 60, 70, 80%, but you have others that are sitting up at all-time highs. You take a look at a McDonald's, you take a look at a Merck, right? You take a look at a Caterpillar, you take a look at an Exxon or a Chevron. You're looking at companies that are sitting literally up at all-time highs. You take a look at a company like a United Health. You take a look at a company like an AbbVie. These are companies that are sitting right up at or near all-time highs. Coin's moving. All right, coin is starting to move a little bit to the upside here. Yeah, coin is starting to move a little bit to the upside. So coin just trying to go green, guys. Coin is trying to go green. Don't forget, don't go anywhere, because I'm going to go through all of these earnings with you guys shortly. And I'm going to tell you what my game plan is on how I plan on making money on these stocks. Remember what I said to you about Coinbase. That $60 level is a major level. Okay, that $60 level is a major level for that stock. So you really want to see if the stock is able to reclaim 60 and get back above it. That would be a very significant move to the upside for Coinbase if it can get itself back over $60. But even in this market environment where everything has changed, which worked for you last year and years before, which is not working this year, members of True Trading Group are making money in this market environment. And that's because a real professional level of education can help you guys make money regardless of the market environment. You're not going to learn gimmicks. You're not going to learn tricks. You're going to learn the same type of education and curriculum that I learned that I worked at a hedge fund in New York City. They didn't let me touch $1 of their money until I went through a 3-month educational training program that is the exact same level of education that members in True Trading Group have received, which is the reason why so many of them are making money in 2022 when so many other people are literally sitting in the corner crying in the dark because they're just seeing Coinbase and Affirm and NIO and LI, and they're watching all of these companies go down 70, 80, 90%, and they don't know what to do. Members in True Trading Group are making money in this environment, folks. So you don't believe me, just watch this. Guys, if you're a member of True Trading Group, do me a favor. If you're making money and you are becoming better traders because of the TTG platform and the guidance that you have been receiving, I want you to type the $ in chat right now. Anyone that is a member, type the $ if you're making money and you are becoming a better trader this year because of True Trading Group. Now, for all of the people that typed TTG that said you are not a member, please do yourself a favor and just pay attention to how many people are about to type the $ on this side of the screen. These are members of True Trading Group that have found True Trading Group in the exact same way that you have. They stumbled across one of these live streams, and now here they are telling you that they're making money, becoming better traders. If they can do it, so can you. I love these people to death, but there's nothing special about them, guys. They have all the same excuses and hurdles that you have. They've got full-time jobs. They've got small accounts. They lost money in the market before. They had no experience. They were scammed by some other group or program that promised them the stars and gave them nothing but garbage. All of the same things and the same hesitations and the same skepticism that you have right here, right now on this live stream, this very moment, they all have the exact same thing. But now they're making money and they're all becoming better traders because of the TTG platform. If they can do it, so can you. Many of you are skeptical. Many of you think, oh, no, you know what? I don't know. What makes this group different from the others that are out there? I get it. This industry is terrible. People just try to take advantage of your desire to just do better for you and to do better for your families. That is our goal in True Trading Group, is to empower those that wish to empower themselves. And members of True Trading Group felt the exact same way that you did. They were skeptical at first, and now their only regret is that they wish they joined sooner. And that's not me. I'm not making this. Guys, members of TTG, just type the number 1 if your only regret is that you wish you joined True Trading Group sooner. Just type the number 1 if you wish you joined True Trading Group sooner, but you were skeptical at first. So all of you that are on here that are not members, that are skeptical, I get it. So were they. This is the most volatile market environment that I've ever seen in my entire life. You've had more instances in 2022 where the S&P 500 has gone up or down greater than 2%. You've had more days this year where that has happened than any other year in history. That's unprecedented. That is unprecedented volatility. And even though certain stocks like the tech stocks are down 50, 60, 70%, the S&P is actually holding up so far pretty well because other areas of this market, like healthcare, other areas of this market, like financials, other areas of this market, like energy, are trading well. Industrials, okay, consumer staples, other areas of this market are actually doing well. You just have to understand how to take advantage of the opportunities. And that is exactly what we do here inside of True Trading Group. Diana asks, not a member yet, but with the trial and live streams, made $300 between yesterday and today, saving to get my membership. Way to go, Diana. Just from live streams and a trial, already has been able to bank $300, saving up to get herself a membership for True Trading Group. I absolutely love it. Great job, Diana. I look forward to having you part of the TTG family so that you guys can start making better decisions to reach your goals. Before I get into everything that I want to go over, I see there's a couple of people that are asking me about the membership. Here's what we're going to do. This live stream is going down as follows. I'm going to go back over with you the earnings that have come out. We're going to go over Block, Coinbase, DoorDash. You got StarBucks, PayPal, Twilio. These are some of the companies that just came out with earnings. These are the stocks that I have eyes on. I'm going to talk to you guys about how I plan on making money on these stocks and what's my plan to trade them here going forward. Do I think they've got more upside? Do I think they have more downside? And I'll also recap for you the massive short squeeze today, 300% gainer, HUDI. That's a stock that I traded today. That's where I made some money. And I'm going to recap with you guys how we were able to do that and how we were able to identify and capitalize on that short squeeze so that you guys can maybe use some of these lessons in your trading as early as tomorrow. But before I go through all of that stuff, I don't want you to go anywhere because we got some discounts and incentives for people. Okay, discounts and incentives for people here today. For those that want to join the TTG family, for those of you that were typing the letters TTG, okay, you guys can go to ttgoffer.com, enter the coupon code TTG121, Okay, so again, the URL is ttgoffer.com. The URL is TTG, the coupon code is TTG121, and you guys can click apply code. That'll take the price of our membership, which is normally $22.12 for the entire year. But since you're on this live stream, you get this coupon code. If you went to our website just directly on your own, you're not going to know about the coupon code. I give that to people that are on these live streams. Why? Because if you're on this live stream with me, then that means that you're serious about actually receiving an education. You're serious about actually trying to do this. You're serious about reaching your goals, and you're serious about wanting to prepare yourself if you are worried about what's going to be happening next year. You want to take control, and you want to actually take your financial future in your own hands. So you guys can go to ttgoffer.com, enter the code TTG121, click apply code. The price will drop to $11.47. That's a 48% discount. There are 7 laptops available here this evening that we have left. There are 7 laptops available. So if you see a laptop inside of the checkout cart, once you go to ttgoffer.com, that's how you know you're getting one. Yep, I didn't stutter. We actually give away a free laptop for the next 7 people that join our platform. We cover the shipping. We ship anywhere in the world. It's going to either be a brand new Asus, Acer, HP, Dell, or Lenovo brand laptop. You can use it to trade with, give it to your kid for school, use it for work. Sell it on eBay, give it to somebody as a gift for the holidays. The holidays are coming up, right? Take that free laptop and give it away as a gift. It's our gift to you for joining the TTG family. You don't have to enter your address when you sign up to get the laptop. Rather, you'll get a welcome email after you join with instructions in that welcome email on how to claim that free laptop. But we only have 7 of the laptops available. So if you want the membership without a laptop, and instead you'd rather have a little bit of a cheaper price, send a text message to 786-505-4049. Again, that phone number is 786-505-4049. If you would like the membership without the laptop, instead you'd rather have a little bit of a cheaper price, you can send a text message to 786-505-4049. The phone number is right down there at the bottom of your screen. Do not call that phone number. It is a text message only phone number. So just send a text message to that number if you guys have any questions about the membership, or if you would rather have a cheaper price instead of getting a free laptop. Otherwise, if you want the laptop, you can go to ttgoffer.com, enter the coupon code TTG121, click apply code. Price drops to $11.47 as long as you see the laptop in your checkout cart. Folks, that is how you know that you are going to be getting one. All right. It includes, for those of you that are not members yet and you are interested, like I told you before, our membership is a year membership. It is all inclusive. There are no upsells for courses or tools. You're not joining a Discord. You are joining a platform. We're like the Netflix of trading communities. You pay the one price, you get access to the core of everything that we have. This includes our 18-course curriculum, which is a simplified version of what I learned working at the fund in New York. You get Benzinga Pro's real-time newsfeed, Quote Media's full book level 2, Trading View's premium charting software, the ETNA simulator, the Trade Ideas scanner, our own proprietary scanner that you create custom scans, access to our chat, of course, where the mods and I share our screen. We talk to on the mic. We give you all of our trade alerts. We tell you what we're doing before we do it. If you can't be in front of your computer, don't worry about it. We got you covered. We have a mobile app that lets you see the screen share, listen to the audio analysis, and get real-time push notifications whenever the moderators enter or exit a trade, which is how so many of our 10,000 members of True Trading Group, many of which have full-time jobs, that's how they're able to benefit from this platform. We're not scalpers. We're not in and out within seconds. Okay, we are traditional day traders where our day trades last several hours. Okay, like HUDI, I was in that trade for several hours today, and it paid off for us late in the afternoon with a nice short squeeze. We also swing trade, which is you're going to buy today and sell tomorrow or any day thereafter. We have swing trades that have gone 1 day, 2 days, 2 weeks, a month on our swing trades. That's how so many people are able to benefit from the TTG platform. It's not just myself. There's 9 other professional trading moderators that are giving you their trades and their analysis throughout the course of a trading day. We do live workshops every day. You get 2 private study group sessions with a moderator to ask questions and speed up that learning curve. You just have to go to ttgoffer.com and enter the code TTG121, and you get all that for just over $3 a day. The average person spends over $2,000 a year at Starbucks. Think about that. You'll spend $6, $7, $8 for some latte with whipped cream or sprinkles or whatever it is at Starbucks. Our membership will cost you just over $3 a day. Starbucks can't help you guys make money, make better financial decisions for you and your family, or put you in a better position if you're worried about what's going to be happening next year. The next 7 people to do so will get themselves a free laptop, and you also will get our double your money back guarantee. I did not stutter. Your internet connection is just fine. We do offer double your money back. You guys can go to True Trading Group. You sign up here today. It's very simple. You have 12 months. You don't have to do this all in 30 days. You have 12 months. Go at your own pace, on your own time, on your own schedule. Go through our courses, pass our quizzes, attend the study group. You do those 3 things, and you still cannot make back the $11.47 membership price at least once during your membership. We will give you back $2,294. That's double what you are going to pay for your membership. That's how much we stand behind this platform. We've only had to refund 2.6% of our users since 2016, and we are 5-star rated on Trustpilot with over 1,780 reviews, and we have a retention rate of 78%, meaning that's how many people are renewing their membership at True Trading Group. Based on that information, I can very confidently say that this has worked for thousands of people, and if you are willing to put forth a little bit of effort, I'm confident that it can work for you as well. You just have to go to ttgoffer.com, use the code TTG121, click apply code, you're good to go, or send a text message to 786-505-4049. Again, if you don't want that laptop, you'd rather have a cheaper price, you send a text message to that phone number right now, and somebody will help you guys get yourself situated with our membership. All right. So there we have that. Let me take a quick sip of water, and then we got to dive into all of these different earnings and how we're going to make money tomorrow. Okay. All right, let's take things on over to the charts. First, let's touch upon the overall market. I'll touch upon the overall market first, and then we'll hit on, what I think about all these different earning stocks and how we're going to make some money here for tomorrow. But the markets, in my opinion, today did a pretty good job of kind of consolidating a really crazy day yesterday. Yesterday was a major disappointment for bulls. Jerome Powell came out yesterday, put the kibosh on the bear market rally. October was the strongest month for the Dow that you've had since 1976. It's the best October, actually, for the Dow, I believe, since 1901, something like that. And there was a lot of hope that Jerome Powell was going to be a little bit less hawkish yesterday. And people got very excited when the announcement came out at 2:00, because at 2:00, when the Fed announced that they're raising 75 basis points, they also published a statement for the public. And that statement was a lot more dovish than people had expected. There was wording, there was terms, there were sentences in that statement that were more dovish than what you've seen in previous meetings, and the markets loved it. The markets rallied. Okay, the Dow shot up like 400 or 500 points. The S&P shot up about 7-8 points as soon as that report was published. But then Jerome Powell started his press conference at 2:30. And when Jerome Powell started speaking, he was far more hawkish than the announcement that was actually published, the statement that was published at 2:00. So he put kind of a kibosh on the rally, and the market sold off yesterday very aggressively in the afternoon. From around 2:30 into the closing bell at 4:00, the markets basically went straight down. You came into the day today, and bond yields exploded. Everything, all your yields rallied to the upside because the Fed was basically raising rates, and Jerome Powell told you yesterday that we might have to raise rates even further than what we thought in September. So if you recall, at the September Fed meeting, they actually raised their Fed funds target rate, which is a big reason why the market sold off for 2 weeks following that meeting. Right there was your Fed meeting in September. And after that Fed meeting in September, you got the Fed announced that they were raising the Fed funds target rate, and that sent the market to the downside for about 2 weeks. We got to welcome Timothy. Timothy, welcome to the family, guys. Timothy opted to not take the laptop. So that means we still have 7 laptops left. He did not take a laptop. Timothy would have rather, instead of a laptop, Timothy wanted a cheaper price, so we gave it to him. Guys, again, if you don't want the laptop, instead you'd rather have a cheaper price than the $11.47 that's available, send a text message right now, just like Timothy did, 786-505-4049. 4049, and we will take care of you guys. If you do want the laptop, go to ttgoffer.com, enter the code TTG121. We have 7 of them available. If you see one in your checkout cart, that's how you know you're getting one. You just click apply code. You don't have to enter your address or anything. You will get a welcome email with instructions how to claim the free laptop after you join. It's going to be a brand new Acer, Asus, HP, Dell, or Lenovo laptop, but there's only 7 of them available. So the choice is yours. 1147 laptop or no laptop, cheaper price. You send a text message to 786-505-4049. Phone number right there at the bottom of your screen. All right. So back to the overall markets, guys, and back to kind of what I was talking about the Fed meeting. After you had the Fed raise their target rate, you see the markets moved to the downside. Yeah, there's about a 2-week sell-off to the downside after they did that, as the markets had to reprice the expectation of the Fed going further from their rate hike, which was supposed to be finished at like 4.25. Then all of a sudden it went up to about 4.5. And now after yesterday's meeting, Jerome Powell said we may have to raise rates even further than we anticipated at the September meeting. Okay. Yes, that's true. It is the price you pay. Yes. Okay. So guys, the price you pay when you join True Trading Group is the price that you pay for life. So you're locking yourself in, you're grandfathering yourself in at that price. So if you guys want to send a text message to that phone number and we give you a cheaper price, that price will be the price that you're going to renew your membership at. The price you pay when you join True Trading Group is the price that you pay. All right. When you guys want to renew your membership. So doesn't matter what the price of our membership is. Our membership could be $2,500 a year from now. It doesn't matter. You're only going to pay the price that you paid when you join to renew your membership. So that's a big deal. All right. So today you had the gap down. All right. Today you had the gap down, which followed yesterday's big sell-off. Right. So there's yesterday's big sell-off. And then today you get this gap down. But what did the markets do today? We just went sideways, right? We had the big gap down and we just went sideways. You know, we are actually right at basically the exact same price that we opened at today. So the market just went sideways. And you had a huge spike in yields today. And typically when treasury yields have gone higher significantly, it's put a lot of pressure on stocks and has moved stocks to the downside. The markets today, when I look and see different areas of the market today, I think the markets actually did a pretty decent job of holding themselves together today in the face of those rising yields. And what I think the markets are trying to do right now is the markets are trying to say to themselves, okay, Jerome Powell, I see you, I call you, are you bluffing? Because you got to think of it this way. When the Fed puts out a public statement, all the voting members of the Fed have input into that statement. They choose their words very, very, very carefully before they put out a public statement. So the fact that they did put verbiage in the statement that says we recognize that there's a lag of the effect in the economy of the rate hikes that we have done so far, they put that in there for the first time. That's why people got very excited, thinking that was them saying, hey, we're going to slow down now. We're not going to stop raising rates, but we're going to slow down. Instead of 75 basis points, we're going to give you 50 next time, right? And the markets liked that. But then Jerome Powell came out in his speech and he poo-pooed all over that. I think what the markets are trying to do is you have major catalysts that are still about to unfold. You have jobs data tomorrow where you're going to get non-farm payrolls, major piece of jobs data tomorrow, and you're going to get what's the new unemployment report, the unemployment number. Now, the last time you had the unemployment number come out, it went up from 3.5 to 3.7. If you start to see that unemployment number continue to rise, and you see non-farm payroll numbers tomorrow, if they come in under expectations, these could be signs that the labor market is beginning to soften, which is exactly what the Federal Reserve wants to see. Today, you had jobless claims data that came out. Initial jobless claims, that's people that are filing for unemployment for the first time. Those numbers were under expectation, which means strong job market, not what the Fed wants to see, because that's not what's going to help inflation. But you also have continuing jobless claims. Continuing jobless claims are people that are filing for unemployment benefits reoccurring, which means that they were unable to find another job and they're collecting unemployment benefits again. That number was actually higher than expected. Now, what that tells you is that the labor market is beginning to soften, that it's not as easy for people to find another job, because that's what that number is literally telling you. Now, that is one sign that the Fed wants to see. They want to see the labor market soften so that companies can start, instead of saying, okay, well, here's a job position for 50,000, nobody applies, and they got to raise it to 55. Nobody applies, they got to raise it to 58. Then they get one person applies, and they say, oh, well, you know what? This other company's going to pay me 59, so I'm going to go with them. So this company comes back and says, I'll give you 61.5. That's wage inflation. That hurts inflation. That goes against what the Fed is trying to do. So the Fed actually wants to see the labor market soften. That's why this job number tomorrow is so important, because you saw a little sign of softening in the numbers today. Tomorrow's non-farm payroll number, that's a huge number. And then what's the unemployment rate? Did the unemployment rate go up? Did it go from 3.7 to 3.9? The Fed's going to want to see that, because that shows the labor market softening and it's better for inflation. If you start to see those type of numbers in the employment area, in the labor market, that could signal that the Fed may slow down once you get to your meeting in December. Okay? You might get to your meeting in December, that they might slow down. That's what the markets want to see. And then you have on November 10th, your CPI inflation data, which is going to be so crucial to whether or not you get a bear market rally or whether or not you are going to get a significant move to the downside that takes you back to the lows of the year before you get to the end of the year. I think it's going to rest solely on what happens with the inflation number that you get on November 10th. So I think the markets are kind of digesting this initial move. You had new highs this year, today, on yields on the 2-year, 10 years climbing back to highs as well. And I think the markets did a decent job of actually holding together today and waiting to see what happens with this jobs number tomorrow. These are huge catalyst guys that are going to impact what this market does for the rest of the year. All right. So that's kind of my update there with regard to the overall markets. Let's roll on into some of these earnings plays. I want to go over with you guys what the game plan is, how we're going to trade these stocks for tomorrow. And the first one we're going to touch upon is going to be Block. Now, Block with a nice move to the upside here. And I like Block. I like Block for the potential long. Yeah, what you do have to realize is that I'm gonna try to trade the same direction as the market tomorrow based on the jobs numbers. Okay, so if your job numbers tomorrow lead to further weakness in the market, and how would that happen? If the jobs number is stronger than expected and the unemployment number is less than expected, then the markets will be weaker. And if that's the case, I'm going to look to be short stuff. Companies that came out with earnings here today. So Square is one of the names that I will look to be long if the numbers are weaker tomorrow, therefore resulting in a stronger market. All right. Can you guys hear me all right? You guys just lose me for a second there? Can you guys hear me? Yes? Okay. Sorry about that, guys. We must have lost connection there briefly. Lost connection there briefly. So Block is going to be one of the companies that I'm going to be looking for the potential long. All right. Looks like I'm freezing. All right. We're good. I think we're good now. Yeah, I froze there for a second. Looks like we had a little issue with the connection, but I think we're good now. All right, so Block's gonna be one of the companies that one of the stocks I'm gonna look to try to be long if the numbers tomorrow are weaker than expected and you get to move higher in the overall market. So you have a major support level down there in the low 50s for Block. Let's get my charts back up on the screen. And there is the level that I'm looking for. So you guys see the support level down here in the low 50s. This area of the low 50s on Block, that is a massive level of support. And you can see that this level just held right now after the market closed and you got your earnings. Now you're moving to the upside. You have resistance up here at 63, support down here at 52. Block is one of the names that I will look to be long if you get a strong day in the markets tomorrow. If the jobs numbers are weaker than people expect, I'll be long Block and look to take profits up at 63. And we're going to try to play this trading range. This is a beautiful channel and a beautiful trading range for Block. You can look to be long up to 63 and then take profits up there at 63. All right, so that is going to be Block. You should draw these lines on your screen. 52 support, 63 resistance. Next, we're going to go hit on Coinbase. Coinbase failed to get back over 60, even with the earnings. Look, you can see this stock made a rally back up there to 60 and then got rejected at 60. I am going to be looking at that $60 level to be resistance. This will be one of the stocks that I will try to short if the markets are weaker tomorrow because of a stronger jobs number. Again, I'm going to be trading with the direction of the markets tomorrow. All right. So this $60 level, which is this key support level there for Coinbase, if the markets are weak tomorrow, draw a line across $60.50. If you cannot get back above that level, I will be looking to short Coinbase tomorrow, and that stock has room all the way down to 53. Okay, it'll be down all the way down there to 53 is going to be the level of support that we're going to look for. And that's also your lows from the earnings print. Okay, that's your lows from the earnings print. And it's also your previous pivot low from back here at the end of July. So that's where I'm looking for Coinbase to get down to. You had support there today after the on the earnings print. But if you can't get back over 60, and if the market's weak tomorrow, we'll be short Coinbase down towards that level. Next up is going to be DoorDash. Now, again, if the markets are strong tomorrow, this is a stock that I'm going to want to be a buyer of. You have resistance here at 55. You have support down here at 49. So here's the levels that I want you to focus on DoorDash for tomorrow. If the markets are strong because of a weaker jobs number, we're going to be looking for a long on DoorDash. Pullbacks towards 49.50. Why am I looking for that level? It used to be support. You then broke underneath it. It then became resistance. Now you're back above it. We're going to watch for that level to be a level of support here yet again. And we will be looked to be buyers of DoorDash down in this region for a move back up to 55, which is very clearly, you can see a previous level of resistance. You had previous support there. And then that 50-day moving average sits here as well. And that's going to be a nice little level of resistance. We are currently sitting at that price point right now. So we're going to see if there's a little bit of a pullback opportunity and probably try to be a buyer around 51.5 tomorrow if the markets are strong because of a weaker jobs number tomorrow. All right. So these are my game plans, guys. I told you, take some notes. These are just things that we're going to be looking at to make some money here for tomorrow. Next up is Twilio. Now, this stock is getting pummeled. All right. Twilio is at a major support level of 55. If 55 breaks, this stock has room all the way down into the mid to high 40s. So you're talking about significant downside on Twilio if it gets underneath 55. Right now, the stock is currently sitting at 55.45. What I'm going to be looking for tomorrow is Twilio will be one of the stocks that I'm going to look to short if the markets are weak tomorrow because of a stronger jobs number. Watch for bounces back up towards 62. 62 was your previous support level. That's an area where I'm going to want to look to try to be short on a bounce back on Twilio if we get a weaker market tomorrow thanks to the jobs number. Next up is going to be PayPal. Stock is trying to bounce here a little bit. Stock's trying to bounce here a little bit, but this thing has a lot of support down here around 68, 69. All right, you guys can see here 68, 69. You can see this double bottom support. from June and July. And then you see we just found some support right down there as we just reported earnings. Now the stock's trying to give you a little bit of a bounce back. I actually think that, PayPal has a very wide trading range, which gives you support at 68, but resistance all the way up there at 80. I even think you have some resistance here around 77. I think the other names that we mentioned are better trades. I like the setups on the other stocks better than I do the setup here for PayPal. I just think that PayPal is in the middle of its range and it's pretty far away from support and resistance. And I just think that there's better things and there's better setups for us to be trading than PayPal. I would use this double bottom support. That's a significant level. Maybe short PayPal down to that 68, 69 level. If the markets are weaker tomorrow, the stock is still down 10% on the back of its earnings. So it is a weaker name. I would not be necessarily try to be long PayPal, but it will be a name that I would probably try to short along with Coinbase, along with Twilio. It's going to be, the shorts are going to be Coinbase, Twilio, and PayPal. The longs will be Block and DoorDash. Okay, so those will kind of be the longs that I'm going to be looking for tomorrow. So basically, that's the game plan. So it's, okay, what happens with the non-farm payrolls? What happens with the unemployment report? Are the markets strong or weak? And then depending on that, we're going to look for either the longs in DoorDash and Block or the shorts in Coinbase, Twilio, and PayPal. All right. Does anybody have any questions about anything that I just said or anything that we just went over? Does anybody have any questions about anything that I just said or anything that I just went over? Now is the time to ask. Just type your questions right in chat if you guys have any questions about what I just discussed. If you have any questions in general, now's the time to ask. What time does unemployment come out? 8:30 tomorrow morning. 8:30 tomorrow morning, Eastern time. Okay, 8:30 tomorrow morning. But do you think non-farm comes in hot like other jobs data has been? I do. Probably because, I just feel like the labor market right now is in such a weird spot because you're losing jobs in the tech space and the mortgage space, but you are gaining tremendous jobs in leisure and hospitality. Leisure and hospitality can't find enough workers. But then you have, hiring freezes from your big tech companies. You have layoffs from, Stripe announced today. Stripe's laying off 13 or 14% of their staff. Lyft is laying off 13 or 14% of their staff. That was just today where you got, it's your tech companies that are laying people off. But then you look at leisure and hospitality and they literally can't find enough. They can't find enough bodies. So the non-farm payroll number, I feel like could come in higher than expected because of that. And because of the boom that you're seeing in leisure and hospitality. It's a very weird, situation with labor. And it all stems from everything that happened with COVID, and leisure and hospitality was the area of the market where labor got crushed. And that's the same area where you are trying to catch up now. And when you think about it, the tech space, that's where all the jobs were during COVID, and all those tech companies overhired during the COVID times. And now they're letting go all of those extra people that they hired during that time. And the leisure and hospitality space are hiring back all the people that they lost. So it's like, you're kind of having these areas of the economy are coming back. They're reverting back to the mean of where they were before COVID. So it's like, if here's your tech employment and here's your leisure and hospitality employment, COVID happened and tech employment went like this and leisure and hospitality employment went like this. And now that things are slowing down, but the economy is reopened and people want to travel. You have leisure and hospitality employment is doing this, but then tech employment's doing this. And you're just reverting right back to where you were before COVID happened. And that's creating like this really weird environment for labor. So like these labor numbers or these job numbers are coming in higher than expected. And I think that's a lot of the reason why. Yeah, I'm in Seattle and it's so strong here. Yeah. Mingho, we got to welcome Mingho. Guys, welcome. Mingho opted to not take a laptop, which means we still have 7. All right, we got to welcome Mingho. We still have 7, guys. 7 laptops are still available. You can go to ttgoffer.com. You enter the coupon code TTG121. You click apply code. The price will drop to the 1147, and that gets you the brand new free laptop. You do not have to enter your address to get the laptop. You'll get a welcome email with instructions how to claim the free laptop once you join. If you do not want a laptop, instead, you'd rather have a cheaper price, send a text message right now to 786-505-4049. That phone number is right there at the bottom of your screen. All right. So again, that's if you have questions about the membership or you would like a cheaper price instead of the free laptop. The laptop will either be a Acer, Asus, HP, Dell, or Lenovo. For those that are wondering. All right. Anybody else have any other questions about anything that we just discussed? If not, I'm going to move on to the HUDI trade, which was where I made my money today. What's the cost without the laptop for this proposition price? Thanks. S Beige. If you want to know what the price is without the laptop, just send a text message. That's it. Just send a text message to 786-505-4049. So S Beige is asking what's the price without the laptop. Literally, just send a text message to 786-505-4049. Say, hey, I'm interested without the laptop, and we will communicate with you and go over the pricing with you without the laptop. But it'll be cheaper, obviously, than the 1147. The 1147 includes the laptop. If you want it cheaper, you guys can just send a text message. What will help SPY go up 390 next week? Honestly, Devi, who's actually a friend of Emily, TTG member. Emily, what's up? Devi, you are a friend of Emily's, is a friend of mine. So welcome to our live stream. Great to have you here. What would make the SPY go up to 390? Okay, well, where's 390? Let's draw a line across 390. There it is, right? There's 390. What would get the markets back to 390? There's one thing that will get the market back to 390, and that is a lighter CPI number for the month of October. That's what would get the market back to 390. Okay. So again, you're going to get inflation data next week. Tomorrow is important. You got the jobs numbers. Okay. Now, a lighter than expected jobs number could move this market higher, guys. Is that Adam? Is that Diana from before, the trial member Diana? Or is it a different Diana? We're not sure. Well, we got to welcome Diana, folks. We got a new member here, Diana. I'm not sure if it's the same Diana that asked the question before that is a trial member. I'm not sure if it's, oh, it is. It is Diana Zamora. Yes. Diana, welcome to the family, Diana. I'm so happy to have you part of our group. I know you're a trial member with us, and just based on the trial membership, you've already made $300 with us. I'm happy for you. It's just the beginning. I'm happy to call you a full-time family member now, not just a trial member. So guys, everybody welcome Diana. Everybody welcome Diana. All right, everybody, welcome Diana. Again, still 7 laptops, guys. Those laptops are still out there for the next 7 people. Again, you can use it to trade with, use it for work, give it to your kid for school.
Don't be afraid to not take the laptop though, because we still didn't get any, so Mike and I are still paying for them. So don't be afraid to not take the laptop.
Yeah, I prefer you don't take the laptop.
Yeah, don't take the laptop. Call or send the text, get the discount code. I'll throw in a one-on-one with it if you do that. So that's all.
Very nice. Can we talk about how nice Adam looks with his haircut? You guys see that? Look at that guy. Looking good, man. Looking good. All right, folks. Diana, welcome to the family. Like I said, guys, if you want a cheaper price, 786-505-4049. All right. Send a text message to that phone number right now. So like I was saying, back to Debbie's question, a weaker jobs number tomorrow could make the markets bounce a bit. You could get something that looks tomorrow, could get something tomorrow that looks like this. Okay. If you get a weaker than expected jobs number, you can get something that looks like this tomorrow. Okay. If it's a weaker jobs number, but it's not going to be enough to get you all the way back to 390. I think the only catalyst that gets you back to 390 is a CPI number that is under expectations. Okay. Under expectation. Literally stopped cooking dinner to come see Adam's haircut. It's always a big deal when Adam gets a haircut because he only gets like 4 a year. So it's a very important, like it's a big milestone when he gets a haircut. So
it's not true, you piece of shit.
All right, maybe 6 a year. I mean, you go a couple months at least before you get a haircut because you usually he just buzzes his head and then he lets it grow and then he just buzzes it again. But today you've got some nice. I mean, you look good, man. You look like a young Channing Tatum.
You look like a rich Snooki.
I don't look. Fair enough. So yeah, that's really the only thing that I think will get you back to 390, guys, and that's where the Santa Claus rally comes into play or not. I think that if the CPI number on the 10th is lighter than expectations, then the markets will automatically start to think that Jerome Powell is going to give you 50 basis points in December based on the statement that was made. This is how I take what happened yesterday. I take what happened yesterday as the Federal Reserve came out and said, we're going to put out this statement, which is going to acknowledge that there's a lag in the impact and effect that our rate hikes have on the economy. So we have to acknowledge that so that people don't think we're going to raise rates way too far. But we also can't tell people that we're going to slow down because none of the data suggests that we should. And what the Fed did not want to do was this. This is what Jerome Powell did not want to do. Jerome Powell did not want to come out yesterday and say, we're going to slow down. And then you get a hotter CPI number 1 week later, he'd have major egg on his face. So I think what the Fed did was we're going to put out this statement, tell them we acknowledge there's a delay, but not say we're going to slow down in the actual press conference. And then if the CPI number is lighter, then we can give them 50 basis points in December. I think so. Seasonally, the November-December time period seasonally is a very strong time of year for the stock market, where historically, typically the stock market goes up from like Thanksgiving to New Year's. That's the Santa Claus rally. It happens more often than it does not happen. I'm afraid gets laptop. Then I ask them now. I don't know what this means.
Hi, I'm afraid gets laptop. Then I ask them now. ICOM table. Go to ttgoffer.com. Enter code TTG121. You do not need to enter your address at checkout. If you see a laptop in your shopping cart, you're getting one. And that's it. Don't be afraid. You're getting a laptop if you see one in your checkout.
Yeah, you're getting one. If you literally see it, pull up the checkout cart. Actually, Joe, can you pull up the checkout cart real quick so we can just show Lynn what it looks like?
He's getting his Hewlett Packard ready. Just to let you know, we don't use the same laptop Joe uses.
Lynn says, now I understand. Yeah. So Lynn, when you just literally open up a web browser, ttgoffer.com, and as long as you see a laptop in the checkout cart, once you get there, that's how you know you're getting one. Because once we sell out of the laptops, it'll automatically come off of the check. There it is. So you see the picture of the laptop, Lynn. So when you go to the page, if you see that, then that means you're getting a laptop. Okay.
I would also like to point out that 69mega.com fire emoji fill life with emotions find love is back.
Awesome.
Which means that Tavin continues to click.
It's definitely Tavin.
It's definitely Tavin.
One of you are clicking this. Otherwise, they still wouldn't be coming here inside and just
they wouldn't be coming inside.
Oh yeah, that wasn't good, or was it?
It was good for me.
It's always good.
Somebody goes,
I think Sammer clicks it in the dark. I think Sammer does click it.
Somebody, I mean, it's just insane. I mean, is what it is. Was that scripted? No, it was not scripted.
No.
Haha, blame me. I was just giving Adam crap. Listen, Tavin, it's natural, buddy.
It's natural to try to find love.
Yeah, everyone needs love.
What's love got to do with it? Anybody else have any other questions? Anybody else have any other questions about anything
of my driveway
that I talked about? Any of the stocks that we've mentioned here today? Now is the time to ask, folks.
What do you guys really want to know? Do you have anything you really want to know? Mike, what's the expected API for October? I don't know. There's so many services for APIs out there. Where'd I get my fade? From the same dude that cuts Nas's hair. What do you look for to short a stock? It's got to be going down. I know it's CPI. Did you pay for the haircut? Yes, I did pay for the haircut. Your mom was gentle. Mike, were you going to talk about Starbucks? He already did. What color was Miss Lippy's car? It doesn't matter because no milk will ever be our milk. Okay, here's an actual question. Mike, what is the difference between open interest and volume with options?
So I said it again?
No. I'll just put it on the screen.
Okay.
Oh, that ain't it.
What is the difference between open interest and volume with options? Good question, Raghu. Okay, so open interest is how many contracts are actually created and open. The volume is how many contracts are actually exchanged throughout the course of a day. So if I was to create an option contract, let's say I was to sell a call option, okay, that creates an open interest. So if I sold one call option and I wrote a call option, if I actually wrote one, okay, which means I'm going to sell it to somebody, then that would add one contract to the open interest. But if you buy that contract from me and then you don't close it out and you actually sell it to somebody else, that's going to add to the volume of that contract, not the open interest, because it's the same contract that's being traded, that's being exchanged hands. So open interest is really the contracts that are created. The volume is actually how many contracts are traded throughout the course of a day. Does that make sense? Yes, yes, similar, like float versus volume. Similar, yes.
See how many new people are still on here real quick.
Guys, if you are not a member of True Trading Group, type the letters TTG in chat right now. Type the letters TTG if you are not a member of True Trading Group. I want to see who we still have on here that's not a member. We got Jamie, F. Spanu, Johnny Gutierrez. One of these days, Johnny. Jonathan Wilson, Smooth Operator. Josu Silva, Mike Cluster.
John Bianchi, if you want to sign up, I will give you an insane discount just for John Bianchi right now.
RS, Massimo Cardillo, Robert Selbert. Still a decent amount of non-members, Adam.
Mm-hmm.
So, go ahead.
So let me ask you guys this. Robert Seisbert, Massimo Cardillo, RS, Russ Bus, John Bianchi, Mike Pletcher, Smooth Operator, Jasu Silva, Leonard Chutico, Maurice Z. What is it you guys are hoping to get from this live stream? Like, what are you guys looking for on this particular live stream? Sound off in chat. Go ahead. Let's see. Let's see what we got. There's no wrong answers. Robert Lopez wants a dog. I'm just kidding. Advice about trading, guidance, first time tuning in, new, etc., trading, etc. To sign in, one love, put together the money. Okay. Just chillin' is looking for a soulmate. Josh, so okay, thank you, sir. The crumbs of info that fall from your table already benefited me. How so, Maury? How did they benefit you? No, Mike. For anyone that typed the letters TTG, are you guys active in the market right now? Are you actually trading? Yes or no? If you're not a TTG member and you're actually trading and investing actively in the market, let me know. Just say yes or no. What about you? Gotta get ready. So Mike, Johnny, FS Canoe, and Jonathan Wilson all said yes. Do you guys, for everyone that is saying yes, are you trading? Yeah, the chop was tough today. We already talked about Huddy. For those that said yes, are you trading with over $1,000 in your account? I'm just curious. You don't have to get specific, just yes or no. Johnny Gutierrez is. Amin Sharif. Jonathan Wilson is. Yes, I mainly trade cover calls. Okay. Robert Scheisbert is not. Josh Silva is not. Okay. Now, Johnny Gutierrez, Jonathan Wilson, F. Spanu, and anyone else that said they're actively trading. Do you guys belong to any other groups? Are you guys members of any other paid groups, or have you ever been in the past? Just yes or no. Mm-hmm. So what are some of the things that you... I love you guys. That's all. Nice. You literally started a week ago. Man. Why did you start now, Josh? Why start right now? What made you start right now on your own? Family member tell you? Someone said something? More easy said, I joined a paid group 2 years ago and was very complicated to understand. Yeah. It depends on the group. It depends on the style to spell. It depends what gimmick is being sold, I suppose. We're not that complicated.
No.
Did you talk about Datadog's earnings?
Datadog had earnings earlier today. The earnings actually weren't bad, but the stock's moving to the downside right now. You had other earnings came out like Cloudflare, which is same business as Datadog, and their earnings were not good, and their guidance was not good, so they just moved to the downside, and that's just pulling down Datadog with it. Datadog has a huge level of support that it is in it's in jeopardy of breaking right now, and it's in the low 70s. These low, so you guys can see, I just drew this line on my screen. You can see how strong of a support level that this has been for Datadog, and if that level breaks, then you would look for Datadog to get down to around $62, 63, 62. This would be the next level of support that I would look for Datadog if like $70 breaks. So if 70 breaks, you've got about $8 to $10 worth of downside there until you get to your next level of support. I actually think that move is probably likely. and is a level that we're going to be watching for a possible short down into that zone. And then, once we get down into that zone, I'll probably buy a little data dog in my long-term portfolio.
Cool. Mike Pletcher says, y'all seen the guy 1,000 to 30 million, Cam the man? I was going to pay for his thing, then I found y'all. If you pay for anyone's, I mean, you guys can do whatever you want, I suppose. That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. I don't know how else to explain that. That is some dumb stuff right there. If any of you actually believe that. Let me ask you this. Anyone that's new on here, right? So that type TTG, Maury, Josh, Johnny, F. Spenu, Jonathan Wilson. I have a question for you guys real quick. If I told you to give me $1,000 and in 12 months I would guarantee that I would give you back 2,000 at a minimum, would you do it? Yes or no? Very simple question. If I told you, give me $1,000 and in 12 months, I guarantee you I will give you back 2,000, would you do it? Yes or no? If sir, well, I'm asking you right now. Anyone on here that no comments, I'm asking, comment one way or another. Would you do it or not? Okay. Lin Vu, Robert Seisbert. Great. Great. No, circumstances don't permit for you right now. That's fine. Here's what I'm going to do. If you want to sign up tonight, what I will do is this. Yeah, it's not entrapment. You guys are free to answer this question. You can say no. It's not like a wrong or right answer. I'm just asking if I told you I would do this, would you do it? So let's put it to the test. We offer a double your money back guarantee. That is not bullshit. That is not some tactic. There's no like secret red tape that you have to cross. It is what it is, right? We'd be absolutely out of our mind to keep saying that on YouTube. And then, like, God forbid, like, we told people to go screw. We'd have every regulatory agency on our ass in a second. You know what I mean? So it is true. There's no, like, special red tape or anything like that. You sign up for a membership right now. If you do not make your membership fee back within the 1 year that you are a member, I will personally give you back double what you paid. That's not a gimmick. That's not anything. That is my deal. Because we believe in what it is that we're doing. That's me putting my money where Mike's mouth is. So, Wolf of my driveway goes, be careful. So I'm being dead serious right now. Jonathan Wilson, Surey Prasad, Johnny Gutierrez, Josh Silva, Lin Vu, call my bluff. Timing to get the money to sign up. Yeah, no, I hear you. Look, it's not Jamie and Mike, all good. All right. Anyways, Mike, go ahead and you can continue. I just wanted to put it out there so people understood.
Alrighty. I'm going to talk about this HUDI real quick, and then we can wrap things up. Guys, I do want to touch on this HUDI. I mean, this is where I made my money today. This is a wild runner. It's one of those massive short squeeze type plays. Stock's up 260%. Even now, after hours, still kind of trading higher. And, there's just, I just want to point out to you, a very straightforward technical lesson for technical analysis, that can really help you trade these faster moving small caps that halt, because it's actually held pretty true now for this stock on multiple occasions today. And when you see these little dashes, like see that dash right there, that's a halt. That's a trading halt. When you see that little dash, see that little dash right there, that's a trading halt. Okay. And when you see trading halts like that on these stocks that have all these that are moving around like crazy, you can sometimes use those trading halts as a level of support and or level of resistance and trade off of those levels. And that's exactly, what we did today was you had this level of support down here at this halt price. And I'll draw a line right across it. There's the halt price. I just drew a line right across it. And I actually stepped in here, okay, and we got long right in here on HUDI. And I traded this thing actually kind of quickly. I was like long in here. Took some profits off here, then pulled back and halted again. I got bought more as the stock was just kind of going nuts and whipping around. But then I added back to the position here, and the stock sits here, and it sits on this support level, okay, of that previous halt price. And you guys can see how that level became support. And then you had your VWAP indicator. Okay, you see that VWAP indicator just sitting there at that level, right? So now you have your VWAP indicator, which also lines up with the previous halt price, and then to create a level of support. Now, that led to this stock actually making a move there to the upside, and ends up breaking through the highs right before the close, and then rips to the upside. And then notice here again, you see how you have these dotted lines again? These dotted lines, these are your halt prices, right? These are your halt prices. So the stock halted here with the dotted line, halted here again. And then you get the gap up after hours. After hours, you see the stock continues higher, and then it pulls back. And then what starts to happen again? Now let's draw a line once again across the dotted line, across the halt price, and look at what happened after hours. Look at how the stock is holding support at that previous halt price. And that gives you then this nice little bounce and recovery move to the upside. And that could be a situation where you could be a buyer here around $90, and stock then pops up here all the way back up to, what is 120? 120. So that's a nice little trade right there. Now, I'm just showing you this because this is, a pretty good little technical analysis type of lesson that you guys can use. So remember, when you see those halt prices, pay attention to the halt prices, because not every time you're just going to have, it's just going to hold support at a halt price. But when you have setups where those halt prices line up with other support indicators, it's a pretty nice area for you guys to take and rely on for support or resistance and take that trade. One question in good lead: if the members are all day with connected in your platform, why they also come to the YouTube daily streaming? Well, you got to ask them. I mean, we support our members support us, and they like to come on these live streams and support us. And they like to, we go over, we have a lot of commentaries once the markets close. It's one thing during the day, we're making money. During the day, we're trading. During the day, we're talking about what we're seeing, market analysis, market commentary, what we're buying, what we're selling. It's nice to, once the market's closed, without the distractions of the market open and us be trading, it's nice to have these open conversations. Is TTG the right place for someone like me, father and employee during the day, really only available for trades in the last 1 to 2 trading hours? FS Panu, I'll ask members instead of me answering questions like that for you. I'll have members just ask, guys, members of TTG, what do you think? Is TTG the right place for FS Panu? He's a father and an employee. He works during the day, has a full-time job. Is TTG the right place for him? I'll just let members answer the question for you, FS Panu, instead of me. I mean, obviously, I'm going to tell you, yes, of course, True Trading Group is the right place for you. But I think it's better to have members actually answer the question for you. Members that are just like you, that have full-time jobs, that have children and are able to make things work by being a member of True Trading Group, whether they can only trade 1 or 2 hours a day, or if they are not in front of a computer at all during the day and are still able to make it work based on the mobile app that we have that lets you follow along with what we're doing on the mobile app, even though you're not in front of your computer. And because of the trading styles that we implement, we're not in and out of trades within seconds or minutes. We're not scalpers, you guys. I had 3 meetings today and I made 5K. You got this. My boy, Jimmy Benson. There you go. There you have it, guys, right there. So Jimmy had 3 meetings today and was still able to pull out a 5K day. So FS Panu, I mean, you can just see some of the comments that are coming through chat right now. So, I would read some of those comments coming through here. And that is something that I think is going to be a good gauge for you to decide if True Trading Group is right for you. As you can see, everybody's saying yes. All right, guys. So there is the lesson I wanted to cover with you guys on HUDI. We'll keep this on watch for tomorrow, guys. Maybe this thing's not done yet. We will keep this on watch for tomorrow as the stock is trading up at all-time highs. So we will keep this on watch for tomorrow to see if maybe we get another HKD type of trade. Wouldn't that be nice? Imagine another HKD. Imagine the stock goes to $500 tomorrow. I'll be all over it. We're going to look to see if there's support down at 88. So this stock is on my watch list for tomorrow. If we get support down here at 88 and we can't break beneath it, the next support level that I'm going to be looking at is going to be at 72. So these will be my 2 support levels for tomorrow. If the stock can hold above these levels, I will be a buyer of the stock tomorrow, and we'll see if there's more of a short squeeze. I made $2,000 before my second cup of coffee today, says the Chronic Investor. That sounds like a damn good day to me, Chronic Investor. Very nicely done. Great job. Absolutely fire. Congratulations. All right. So keep those lines on your screen. We'll see what the stock does tomorrow. It's an insanely volatile stock. So tomorrow, this stock can be at $50. It can be at $500. It's that kind of crazy type of stock, just like HKD was. So it's on watch. I have no position on it now. I did get flat on the position. So I'm not carrying it over. I'm not carrying it overnight, but it'll be on my watch list for tomorrow. All right, guys. So that wraps up the educational part of our live stream. All right. So if you are not interested in a membership whatsoever, then you will subscribe to the YouTube channel. You will smash that like button. You're going to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on any one of these live streams. You can also check out our trial membership. We've got a 7-day trial. It's only $3. We charge $3 to make sure that you're a real person. And it's 7 trading days. So weekends don't count against your 7 days. You can go to ttgtree.com. Join our trial. It's only $3. We charge $3 to make sure that you are a real person. There's no automatic upgrade. There's no automatic renewal. There's no reoccurring payment. It's a one-time payment of $3. That's it. Go to ttgtree.com. That's ttg3.com and see if True Trading Group is right for you. Otherwise, Stick around here. The next 5 minutes, I'm going to show you the actual platform that is True Trading Group so you can see for yourself the courses and tools, everything that you will get included with your annual membership if you guys join here this evening. Remember, there are laptops available for the next 7 people that go to ttgoffer.com and enter the coupon code TTG121. Or if you do not want a laptop, instead you'd rather have a cheaper price, you can send a text message to 786-505-4049. All right. Now, let's take things on over what you're going to get access to. Our chat room, of course, where the mods and I share our screen. We're live on the mic. We're calling out trades in real time. Myself and 9 other professional traders that have been able to maintain a cumulative win rate of just around 80% now, going on the last 2 years. You'll also get the mobile app that lets you listen to our analysis, see our screen share, and get the real-time push notifications whenever we enter and exit trades, even if you're not in front of your computer. We open up the chat room at 7:30 a.m. Eastern. We close at the close, the bell, 4 o'clock. All right, we're with you all day, every day. We're not gone after an hour or two, and then you're left to just fend for yourself. All right, we're with you guys for the entire day. You're also going to get 2 small private study groups, your chance to talk to one of our pro trading mods, ask questions so we can speed up that learning curve and get you guys started on the right path. Benzinga Pro's real-time newsfeed, that will give you live breaking up to the second news alerts directly inside of our chat. This will cost you guys over $1,000 a year if you go to Benzinga on your own. It's included in your membership when you join True Trading Group. We've spent years building relationships with these companies so we can offer their products on our platform without you having to pay for them. You get TradingView's premium charting software. That's about $600 a year. It is included with your membership when you join True Trading Group. You get the Trade Ideas scanner. That is the industry standard scanner to make sure you are always focused on the hottest stocks during the day. That is another few $100 a year. If you went to Trade Ideas directly, it is included with your membership when you join True Trading Group. You'll get the ETNA simulator. Trade stocks and options with fake money with real-time data so you can practice implementing what you are learning in the courses. This will cost you just under $1,000 a year. If you go to ETNA directly, it's included with your membership when you join TTG. You also get our own proprietary scanner that lets you create your own custom scans. You get dark pool data, unusual options activity, and options flow. Okay. Stuff that will cost you hundreds of dollars a year, guys, if you went to pay for it on your own. It's included with your membership when you join True Trading Group. Guys, the main chat room is now open for the private study group session with Geo today. That's for members, and you guys can head on over to the main chat room for our study group session with Geo. One of our pro trading mods is hosting a study group inside the main chat room. You guys can head on over to the main chat room. It is now open. That's for my TTG fam. You also get a full trading journal that will track all of your trades, tell you which, break down your trading to the statistics and the numbers so you can see what you're doing wrong and where you need to make improvements. A social sentiment scanner will go through Reddit, StockTwits, and Twitter and tell you which ticker symbols are being mentioned most so you can help stay ahead of the crowd. Analyst ratings on any stock that you are interested in so you can see exactly how many analysts have a buy, sell, or hold rating on a particular stock. If there's insider buying, if there's insider selling, if there's what the short data is, it's all included with your membership. Every day, you also will get a watch list from the moderators and I, what stocks we're looking at and how we plan and intend on trading those stocks, what the game plan is. And then you have all the courses. The courses are a simplified yet expanded upon version of what I learned working at the fund in New York. The other mods have also added and expanded upon that education as well. There's beginner courses, advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, futures, you name it, we've got it. It's all available to you guys. There are no upsells for VIP courses. Every single course is included when you join our annual membership. You also get a video library that's got over 400 hours of workshops and webinars that we've conducted covering a bunch of different topics. And then when you become a full-time member, you can actually attend all these workshops live. All right. It's time you guys invested in something real, guys, something that can actually help you reach your goals. I can't guarantee you're going to be successful just because you joined True Trading Group. But what I can guarantee is if you do not make back your membership fee at least once during your membership after going through our courses, passing our quizzes, and attending a study group, I'll give you double your money back. That's the deal. I can do that because we've only had to refund 2.6% of our users since 2016. We're 5-star rated on Trustpilot with over 1,780 reviews, and 78% of our members renew their membership. And based on that, I can confidently sit here and offer you double your money back, but you have to be willing to put forth some effort and energy to actually decide that you are going to do something and take control of your financial future. Go to ttgoffer.com, enter the code TTG121, click apply code. The price will drop to $1147 as long as you see a laptop on your checkout cart. That's how you know you're getting one. If you do not want the laptop, you'd rather have a cheaper price, send a text to 786-505-4049. Thanks for joining me tonight, folks. Subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button. I'll see you guys all in chat.